Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to be joined today by Jackson County Circuit Court Judge Lisa Greif. Lisa, Judge, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So, in an unusual step, you and your judicial colleagues have advocated that the foster care system is currently in trouble. What are your specific concerns?
Well, we've lost a lot of foster care beds over the last couple of years. We've lost 100 foster care beds that are related to behavioral rehabilitation services, so kids who maybe have behavioral or mental health or emotional needs. And then we've lost another 200 or so foster care beds, just general foster home type beds in the last 2 years. And so pretty concerning. My colleagues around the state have been seeing kids having to sleep in DHS offices or in hotels. Luckily, we haven't had that happen yet here in Jackson County, but we are certainly reaching a point where we are struggling to find foster care placements for children in the child welfare system in both our county and statewide.
Is this just a simple matter of funding, or is there something else going on?
Well, I think there's multiple things happening. I think there's been a lot of publicity regarding foster care in Oregon. There's been lawsuits, there's been criminal charges filed against foster care providers, and I think, there's been negative press out there, and so I think honestly people are afraid to be foster parents to some degree. I think that part of it is funding. I know that the BRS placements, the agencies that contract and organizations that contract for those essentially didn't feel they were getting paid enough, so they pulled their contracts from DHS. I think DHS is in the process of working with them to try and get those back up and running. So I think some of it is funding. I think some of it is foster parents feel maybe not equipped to deal with some of the kids that are placed in their homes. We have a lot of kids with really high needs, and to just be placed in a home without adequate training or without adequate supports can be tough on foster parents. And then, a lot of foster parents are just like you or me. They have their own lives, they have jobs, they may have their own children in the home, and it's hard to balance all of the things they may have to take foster kids to, visits with their parents, appointments, maybe school-related activities. So it's a lot to take on if you already have your own children or your own life going on, so to speak, as well.
Okay, all right, well, a lot more to clearly get to. We're going to take first a quick break. Stay with us. Okay. Welcome back to our 5 on 5 again. We're here with Jackson County Circuit Court Judge Lisa Greif. So we're talking about a bit of a foster care crisis here in the state of Oregon. What do you believe are the steps we need to take to resolve this issue?
Well, I think getting funding from the legislature to support DHS would be a great start, and that's what the judges advocated for when we came out and wrote the editorial that ran in various media outlets throughout the state. To support, the caseworkers, to get more caseworkers, to make sure that they're adequately funded because they have big caseloads. I think making sure foster parents feel adequately supported, that they feel that they can call a caseworker or DHS when there are issues and that they can get support for that. They can get their questions answered. To work on alternative placements for kids that have really high behavioral and mental health needs. That's a huge issue right now in our state, and to work on coming up with resources for those would be important as well.
Okay, and what do you recommend for people to do if they want to find out more about the foster care system, or if they themselves want to take action to prevent this crisis from continuing?
Well, you can contact your local child welfare office, and specifically if you were in Jackson County, you could talk to Penny Esser, and you just would want to talk to whomever is working on foster care in that particular office. And there's also a website you can go to, a statewide website through DHS, where you could access more information as well to find out what it would take to become a foster parent. And we love people to become foster parents, whether they're relatives or non-relatives, because we need them and the kids need them.
Certainly sounds like it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.